Here we are. We just got back from a David Deida workshop, which was in Ojai. And it's Monday morning, so I thought I would share a few of my experiences from the David Deida workshop while it's still fresh in my body and my mind. It was 3 full days. David Deida, Michaela, his partner, a couple other assistants. There goes my assistant sliding off.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back. It was incredible.
It was incredible. Thank you, Assistant Carol. Yes. So what do I want to say about it? I'm still kind of integrating and digesting it. I meditated this morning, which is something I normally do, and I noticed I was very peaceful and I'm really able to drop into a calm, centered place with my meditation. 3-day workshop was about the sexual polarities of masculine and feminine, and really we spent 3 days defining and being able to drop into the masculine and the feminine. Now, masculine and feminine doesn't apply to male female. There's males who are very feminine, there are males who are very masculine, there's females who are very feminine and females who are very masculine. And you could have a heterosexual couple where the woman is very masculine and the male is very feminine. We actually had 2 couples like that in our workshop, though it's a subtle thing to see. You could have 2 women lovers, one who's more masculine, one who's more feminine. The point of, well, I don't know what the point is. Let me just keep saying a couple different things. If you want to have a relationship, a love relationship that's sexually charged, like hot sex, then someone's got to be very masculine and someone's got to be very feminine. If you're both feminine, or if you're both masculine, or you're both sort of middle of the road, milquetoast, you don't have any sexual charge. You might be great friends, you might be great business partners, but if you want hot sex, then...
You need polarity.
Thank you, Carol, for that. That helped. Thank you. Thank you there.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
So that's David Deida's backgrounds in Tantra, sex, masculine, feminine, but it's kind of like he's beyond that. He kind of walks into the room like a monk, really, was my experience of him. It was not a workshop per se about sex. There wasn't sexual activities in the workshop. It was definitely very much about masculine and feminine. And just the way the workshop worked out, I think it was mostly heterosexual folks in there. Majority of the men identified with their masculine naturally. A majority of the women identified with their feminine naturally. Didn't have to be that way, but that's how the group was. And so the way the weekend went was there was a lot of exercises where the men got to go deeply into their masculine and then interact with women who were deeply grounded in their feminine. Just to make this, it's simple. Like men, most of you men are associate with your masculine more than your feminine, so let's do those kind of exercises. And it sounds simple. I mean, just looking back, if I tried to tell you exercise by exercise what happened, it might even sound cartoonish in a way, but it wasn't. It was very real. It was me definitely stepping into my masculine and feeling in my body what it was like to present myself fully, authentically in my masculine to, say, another woman, while she was authentically and fully going into her feminine. Let me also add that at any moment in time, I tend to be very masculine, but I also have periods of time where I'm very feminine, and I could be in an interaction with you, and I could be moving in and out of my feminine and in and out of my masculine moment by moment. But just for the sake of simplicity of this workshop, I as a man was staying deeply rooted in my masculine and exploring what that meant to stay deeply grounded there. And the women were staying deeply grounded in their feminine. And while if I was to explain to you in words what happened, it might sound cartoonish that I was being very masculine and the women were being very feminine. It was all about in the body. How does it feel in my body to have this woman in front of me who's very feminine, and can I give her feedback of, well, how feminine are you being, or how feminine are you not being? And what does it feel like to me? Can I feel you, this woman in front of me, being feminine? And can this woman then feel me being masculine? Carol and I being at the workshop together, we did most of the exercises together. So there was a lot of us being really real with each other. I think in this day and age, as a man, I mean, I see it all the time, even at this point in my adult life, that men are not really supposed to be masculine. We're supposed to be like somewhere in the middle. We're supposed to be soft and gushy and understanding and listening. And I actually honestly find that men are kind of lost right now because we don't know what we are. We don't know what it means to be a masculine man anymore. Or are we a feminine man, or what are we? And so this workshop has you swing to a particular pole so you can deeply be in that pole. And even though I practice my masculinity most of the weekend, I could just as easily go off and practice my femininity in that same way. And the workshop was about feeling in my body the masculine pole, feeling the feminine pole as it was being presented to me, and energetically getting a clear channel to that and being grounded in it. So it's not just theory, it's not just a bunch of textbook theory, but it's an energetic. I practiced for 3 days energetically going to that place. I practiced being aware of what the other person in front of me was doing, and not in a seeing like I look at you and here I see you, but in a I feel you. My feeling system, my nerves are inside of your body, and I'm going to feel you. And without going into a whole lot of detail, you can imagine how helpful that is for me to be with my lover. Can I feel my lover in the moment that I'm interacting with her, and can I feel what she's feeling? Can I feel her feeling me? And can we feel each other? And how far out can it go from there? Can I actually begin to then feel every other person in the room? And I was impressed with Deida because he actually is in front of the room feeling each of the 28 participants deeply, and he's connected in that way. He's kind of, you might say, very intuitive. And as a workshop leader, as a teacher from the front of the room, very powerful to watch him lead from the front of the room, completely connected and feeling each person in the room, feeling where they're at, feeling what they need, and feeling what he might say or what little exercise he might do to help each person. So now we're down in Carpinteria Beach, heading up to Santa Barbara, and that was our weekend adventure with David Deida.